It's just about the middle of April. I'm in my potting shed and I thought I'd show you where everything is at the moment and how things are growing, because it's this time of year now when some things are getting put in greenhouses, some things are getting planted out. So give a bit of an update of where everything is from what I'm doing. Cucumbers, and they're growing on really well now. Still in the original pots I planted them in, and all of them germinated. What I'm probably going to do in about, but in the next week, I will put these in position in one of the greenhouses. But I recognise also that I have to keep an eye on the weather. If there's risk of any frost or any significant frost, I might have to put a little bit of fleece around them. But they're not far off now, getting ready to be put in their final position. Up here, I've got, these are the broccoli seeds I sowed, and they've all come up quite nice. They're all bending towards me because I've just turned them around. They're all heading to the light. So in the next week, I'll be potting those on into individual pots before planting out in a couple of weeks' time. Here, still under the plastic, just to keep a little bit of warmth, these are the sprouts, so they're just popping their heads up, and similar to the broccoli, I'll pot them on before they go out. In my tent, I've turned the heating down in the tent now because it's generally warmer outside. So, but it's still a good 15 in the tent. These are the chili plants growing on quite nicely, and then these are the sweet pepper. There's some chilies there, and these are the sweet pepper. I've got some melon seeds I put in here, and in the under the plastic I've got some sweet corn and some courgette seeds. So they were only sown about a week ago, about a few days ago. So those will be a few days before they're up. But they like heat, so they're in the hot bed. Here in one of my cold frames, I've planted the parsnips and swede and fennel. This is the only area I leave uncovered. I rotivated it, added some extra goodness, and I planted those yesterday. This area, which I've rotivated and needs a little bit of weeding, will be for lettuce, radish and the likes, but that'll be another week before I plant the first lot of those. This is one of my greenhouses, and as you can see, things are growing well. These are the tomatoes, and I'm going to plant these now in the other greenhouse, and I'll do a separate video on that. Here are some of the broad beans that I re-sowed because I needed a few more because they're not all came. And then of course here are all my peas, and I've got the pea frames up, but I will do a separate video on planting these out in the next week. There's my leeks, they're coming nice. And then under here, I put this fleece on to stop the sun when it was out burning the seedlings. No seedlings yet, but there's cosmos and there's some other flowers in here. I think marigolds and osteospermums, so a few flower seeds. I'll keep that over because if sun does come out and the seedlings pop their heads up, sometimes in a greenhouse it can burn them. Okay. Scruff doesn't want to be in the rain today.